Welcome to the Food and Culinary Services of Riverwalk, inspiring chef design, world-class cuisine. Good food is the foundation of genuine happiness, and we truly believe this at Verve, and especially for Riverwalk Retirement Residence that we're in the process of building. It is going to be a really excellent food program, and we're very excited. I'm hoping that by the end of this presentation, you'll have a very good sense of what to expect from our food services. Dining at Riverwalk, what you'll find is a seasonal 6-week menu cycle. We offer 2 types of menus throughout the year, a spring and summer and a fall and winter. And you'll see quite different menu choices on both of those depending on the time of year. We also offer 2 daily feature entrees for both lunch and dinner. I will get to breakfast in just a few moments. If you've never tried one of our Verve community homemade soups, they are absolutely outstanding. They are made fresh in-house every morning, and they are great. We also feature in-house desserts, and I want to point out that this here is Michael. He is one of our fantastic chefs, and he's showing off one of his culinary delights there. We also have an a la carte menu. So we have 5 additional rotating entree choices, and these are based on resident favorites and classic comfort foods. We also have additional dessert choices. So if you're not, if you don't like or don't care for, or it's just you don't feel like what we offer on the feature entree, there's always something additional to choose from. And I will review that in a moment. We also have a very good beverage menu. So we offer wines, beers, and cocktails and liqueurs. Of course, coffee, teas, and non-alcoholic beverages as well. For breakfast, what would that look like at Riverwalk? Well, we have a beautiful modern country kitchen that's being built, and it will be located on the 2nd floor. This area will have a fresh continental breakfast every morning available, as well as snack items 24 hours a day. So we have a beautiful bean-to-cup coffee. This is a beautiful coffee machine. At the touch of a button, it grinds the beans while you're waiting there and produces a regular old cup of joe or a cappuccino or a latte. We also have a selection of teas and juices, and our juices are 100% juices. For breakfast, you might find yogurts, fruits, homemade muffins and pastries, granola, hard-boiled eggs, cereals, and of course, we look at resident requests. Afternoon or late night snack to-go options would be sandwiches, cookies, squares, and other items available for snacks as well. Many times, in retirement, you do live a busy lifestyle, so you may not be on site for our lunch or dinner. So there's always options available afterwards. You don't have to worry about going hungry at Riverwalk. I wanted to show you a sample week menu. If you aren't able to see this very well, please reach out. We can always offer you copies of this presentation or a hard copy of our week-long menu for reference. But I just wanted to point out for lunch, we always offer a soup and 2 different entrees as well as a side and dessert. And for dinner, we always offer an appetizer, 2 entrees, a side, and 2 vegetables, as well as dessert. We don't like to go without our dessert, so it will be there. On a particular day, you might find, for example, we've got a caprese burger with French fries, or you could choose from a smoked salmon croissant with chive and cream cheese, paired with a garden salad, and then for dessert, we have a macaroon madness bar. And what you'll see on this menu is there's a little asterisk beside a few menu items, and those represent our superfoods program. They are more of a healthier option. They've got some great superfoods within them, and I'll review that program in a moment. I wanted to show you a sample lunch and dinner menu. This is what you would see something like this on the table at Riverwalk. We have for lunch, of course, a soup and then a choice of two different items. The side salad or side dish and assorted, whatever dessert we may have. This particular day it was assorted desserts, and then for dinner it's a tiramisu cake. And one of the things you'll notice as well is that same asterisk is beside tomato bocconcini salad, because we know tomatoes are one of our superfoods. And same with the apple cider braised chicken thighs. Apple cider is one of those superfoods that we offer as well. So it gives you a little hint as to what has the superfoods in it. And we will again go into that a little bit later. I wanted to show you, these are a couple of our chefs. They're very proud of the cuisine that they've put out for this event. I believe this was a recent brunch that we had. And these two chefs, of course, our chefs are just top notch and look professional and really love to come out and see how everything was, if they could change anything. The resident satisfaction is very important to us. And I wanted to share one of our sites recently. They don't just do bratwurst. This was for Oktoberfest, and they did an outstanding job of making this look absolutely beautiful. So this was for Oktoberfest, where they had some beer and a little snack with a bratwurst in it. This is our a la carte menu, and one of the things that's really important to us is choice. Choice is everything at one of our Verve communities, and if you did not happen to like one of the entrees, as I was explaining, you can always choose something else. So we have a rotating a la carte menu where you could always find daily soup on it, one of a couple different salads, possibly a chicken breast or salmon, or even a pasta. And then, of course, we like having a daily omelet on the menu because you may want to have breakfast for lunch or dinner. It is totally up to you if you would like that. We have that available. And we have many different dessert options. So if you didn't like the featured dessert, you can always get fruit salad, ice cream, jello, or pudding. With every new resident that comes into Riverwalk, the dining room service manager will meet with them or the chef to make sure if there's any dietary concerns, restrictions, or allergies. The team at the back of the house always has a list of different things. Definitely one would be allergies, to make sure that you're not getting anything you shouldn't get. Also, if you had a specialized diet, vegetarian, gluten-free, or if you were lactose intolerant, diabetic, or needed to have low sodium options, we would note that as well. We also would review how the daily menu and bistro work, just so you feel comfortable with the options that we offer. Special dinners are so important at Riverwalk and our Verve communities. Celebrations, we like to have fun, and food is a very important part of that. So wine and cheese tastings are definitely on the menu. Christmas, New Year's Eve, and other special events. And of course, in Calgary, we love to celebrate Stampede and cookouts. Thanksgiving and Oktoberfest are also important. And once a month, you will find at least one themed dinner per month. So you may see Italian, Greek, Mexican, or German. And this amazing photo was just at one of our communities recently that celebrated New Year's Eve. And they had a fabulous lobster and steak dinner, as well as a bunch of appetizers available. It was a very beautiful evening for them. So what happens in the kitchen at the back of the house? Prior to each meal service, the chef gathers the entire team to discuss the menu options. Very much like any fine dining restaurant you will find in Calgary, it's important to us that our restaurants in our communities are very similar. So we will review key fresh ingredients in each dish with an emphasis on local. We also review the method of cooking. Some people want to know, was this fried or steamed? So our team will know that in advance. And of course, we'll look at any allergy alerts or alterations and come up with suitable alternatives for our guests. We also review any new residents and their preferences. Sometimes people just don't like Brussels sprouts, and we don't want to be able to give those to you if you didn't like them. So we do keep records of all of that. And of course, we will let our team taste the menu so that they can speak to the quality and taste. Dining room presentation, I wanted to just review that. It's very important to us when especially when you're living in a community, if you're eating in the same restaurant most evenings, we want to make sure that our dining room presentation is top notch and you feel like it's a really great space to socialize and eat in. So the Riverwalk dining room, the dining service manager walks through the dining room at meal service to ensure quality and resident satisfaction. So some of the things that they'll be reviewing is the excellent table layout and settings, room temperature, lighting, and of course a little bit of ambient music. We'll also love to receive feedback on the food quality and service, just like any restaurant that you would go to. It's important for us that you're enjoying your meal, and if you aren't, or if there's something you need to have different, we'll make note of that for next time. This is another one of our outstanding chefs. And one of the things you'll find at Riverwalk is occasionally the chef will do a chef demo. So this chef in one of our communities, I believe she's in Saskatchewan, did a really great demo on the farm to table. It was strawberries for that particular time. So there's lots of things going on. Our chefs do love to show our residents how things are made and kind of what they specialize in, and that's always fun when that happens. The bistro and bar area at Riverwalk is more of a casual setting with all-day dining. So if you didn't happen to be able to make the time for lunch or dinner in the dining room, or you maybe feel like you didn't really want to go to the dining room that day, there's always a choice in the bistro. So there's lots of lighter menu choices, and we will review those in a moment. It's also a great spot to have a cocktail, have a glass of wine, or even watch your favorite sporting event or program, as there will be a TV at the bar. And socializing with friends and family is a great spot to take them if you wanted to have a meal. You could also definitely make reservations for the dining room with friends or family. A sample bistro menu is here, and you'll see we have great options, and these will rotate as well, but you could always get a charcuterie board with wine or chicken wings. There's a flatbread, burgers, and lots of different other desserts, as well as you could always find soup of the day, and it's all available. And what you'll notice here is you'll see some prices on the side, but these prices are for guests or family members that may join in. Of course, if you're treating, this could just go on your tab at Riverwalk, but you don't pay as the resident. The resident would not have to pay for these items, but it is always an option for any guests to come in and enjoy Riverwalk menu items. We do have some signature programs that we're very proud of. We have the Living Loving Local program, which I'll go into, our monthly brunch buffets, our superfood program, and Cruise Week. Cruise Week is really fun. That is a week-long celebration. And if you didn't think you were on a cruise ship, you certainly would. At that time, you would most definitely have to look out your window and see where you were, because everything is cruise related, and it is just a fantastic week-long event that we have. So the Living Loving Local program is really celebrating local and Canadian meats and cheeses and produce. And we feature a seasonal product each month. Monthly celebration menus showcase the feature product. And of course, we have that feature product on the month menu throughout. For example, this was a peach celebration dinner that they did in the summer, and they had some really great choices there as well. Who could resist a peach melba or peach cobbler for dessert? So there's also a little history about the peaches. You'll find in every Verve community, including Riverwalk, a little table with some information set up on the living, loving local product. So for example, I did not know that peaches are a member of the rose family and are related to almonds. I had no idea, but they are. So you can always learn a little bit of something about the local products that we use. Monthly Sunday brunches are really great, and we're starting to be able to do these with safety protocols in place. And this is some pictures of our communities that do have Sunday brunches. And those, of course, once we're able to, family and friends would be able to join in for this. We'll have themed brunches such as seafood brunches, you can see here. And we also will theme our brunches to whatever time of year it is. Lots of nice decor going on. This one here, they did a great job for October. This is a great example of the Living, Loving Local program where they featured mangoes. It was everything mango. So we do have a lot of great things when we do the Living, Loving Local program. I would not know what to choose from in that picture. I'm just going to play a short video for you now. This is one of our residents that lives in a Verve property and her experience with us, as well as one of our chefs. So I'll just play this for you right now.
I'm so appreciative of the food because I don't have to cook anymore. It's all taken care of for me, and the food is excellent, and the staff is excellent. They're so friendly. They take care of every need. It's perfect.
Okay, we're back in the kitchen here. We got Jax. Jax, you are the executive chef here at Verve.
This key right here.
Yep.
Just go all the way over here. And then we just tilt it a bit.
Oh, wow.
Get a nice flambe going on right there.
So that was one of our very happy residents and our proud chef. They do such a great job, and they're just so passionate about what they do. It's great. So our superfoods program, as you know, superfoods, if you haven't heard of them, they are foods that are rich in compounds other than the standard vitamins and minerals. And they have a very positive effect on health and aging. So we really love to try to incorporate these into our foods on a regular basis, and then also showcase them monthly. So you'll see items like apples, avocados, beans, and lentils. It's a whole program, and it's really fantastic that we've implemented this into our food program. So if you would like to have a copy of the Superfoods brochure, we would love to mail this out. Just let us know after the program. One of the things we also pride ourselves on is we have a monthly resident food forum. Communication is key for us, and it's important that we get your feedback and we communicate to you what's happening, and so that you can plan and possibly invite friends or family in. So we do communication on upcoming events. You'll find the information about Sunday brunches and Living, Loving Local products, special dinners that are coming up, and of course, again, your feedback and your comments and any questions and answers you might want to explore. And if there's anything you want to add or see on the menu, we do look at that as well. Riverwalk at the end of the day will be your home. We get to work there every day, but you live there. And so if there's something that you wish to see on the menu, it's important to us that we look at that and see what we could do for you. Food safety is everything. And this is one of our very clean kitchens. And we go through rigorous food audits every month. So our food safety audits, we actually as a company hire a third-party food safety expert to come in, and they do biannual unplanned inspections on our teams. It's a thorough 103-point inspection. And the reports really do detail any concerns that they may have. And the chefs will complete the corrective action if there is any. But we are so proud to be leaders in the food safety area. We usually score 90% or higher. And that's, we've been told by our experts, that is very good. I wanted to share with you some conceptualized drawings that we have of the Riverwalk dining room. This is what it will look like. This is the furniture that will be there. It's a very nice atmosphere, a little bit more formal with the beautiful tablecloths. I love the tones of gray. It's a very modern look. The Riverwalk Bistro is a lot more casual. We have some beautiful marble top tables, but it is a little bit of more casual space. And then, of course, our Riverwalk Bistro Bar. This is really the focal point of our community. It is a great spot to watch a game or have friends or family in, or visit with other residents and have a cocktail or a glass of wine. I want to introduce you very shortly here to Bruce Schell. He's our food and beverage manager of Western Canada. He's had over 20 years experience in the hospitality industry, worked in many hotels and resorts throughout Canada, and he's earned the distinguished credentials of certified chef de cuisine. As a food and beverage manager for Western Canada, he does lead our Western team of executive chefs and dining room managers, creating the highest quality of dining experience for our Verve residents every day. Let's start our live Q&A with Bruce, and please feel free to add your comments or questions to the chat box, and we would love to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much. So if anyone has any questions, please feel free to enter those into the chat. I think we're going to start off with a couple of polling questions, just to get a little bit of feedback from you before we head to Bruce. So shortly you'll see up on your screen some polling questions that you can answer. There we go. So your input helps. Let us know what is your favorite type of meal, which are your favorite proteins, and also we have one last question: which do you enjoy with your meal? And this one is they're all multiple choice. So that'd be great if you could give us a little bit of input. I think it's quite an easy process to do. You know, watching that, Bruce, you would think that I love dessert.
Yeah, we can
I'm
see
all
that.
about the desserts. And I've seen some of the desserts that our chefs put out, and it's really, really hard to walk away when I'm trying to watch my carb and sugar limit. Great. So we've got some excellent feedback here for the poll. Great. So Bruce, let's get started. I don't think we have, let's see. We do have a couple of things. We will definitely send out copies of the slides if anyone is interested, and also the paper copies if you were interested in receiving a copy of the menu or the Superfoods program booklet. Let's just share the results here of our poll. We've got most people love breakfast and dinner. Is that surprising to you, Bruce?
No, it's very common to all the residents that we have across the country. Dinner is a very important part of the meal or the day. Great social event to socialize with other residents. But breakfast, as we all know, is the most important meal of the day. Starting your day correctly is crucial. And we take that with great pride at Verve to have that country kitchen that is fully stocked with some wonderful continental items for residents to choose from. And like Sherry said earlier in the presentation, it's important in every aspect of dining that we take in resident requests and find ways to incorporate them into the different food and beverage programs that we have. And Country Kitchen is one of those. So if there's something in that continental that you would like to see, we are certainly opening to listening to that and finding ways that we can provide it to you.
And one of the things I love about the Country Kitchen from the other residents that I've seen is that really you can come and go as you please. So there's lots of early birds that like to be up at 6 a.m. and they can go get a coffee, or they can wait until 10.
Very good point, Sherry. And what I've experienced as well when I was a dining manager at one of our locations in BC was residents quite often preferred to pick up those continental items, take them back to their suite the day before, put them in their refrigerator, and then in the morning, in the comfort of their own suite, they're able to have breakfast and not need to go down to the Country Kitchen if they didn't choose to. But of course, you know, it's a great social event down there in the Country Kitchen every morning, having a morning coffee, fresh baked muffins, and just talking about the day to come.
That's great. And I see also on our poll that seafood is a big component. I think that lobster got everyone thinking about seafood, but it's great that our menu is extremely varied with all different kinds. One of the questions I have, Bruce, is there are a lot of vegetarians or people who have special diets. We did explain that we would look at that. Any other further comment on that to our watchers?
Certainly, I believe we touched base on it a little bit in the presentation there, but with every new resident that moves into Riverwalk, our dining services manager and or chef will meet with them. And they'll talk about, you know, allergies that may be of concern. They'll talk about diet restrictions that may be of concern. You're a vegetarian. What can we offer you at Riverwalk as a vegetarian? So we have various different menu items available, and we will listen to the resident inputs on what they specifically would like to see in a vegetarian menu, and then we will incorporate that into our menu options. So what you will see is throughout that cycle menu, there'll be different vegetarian options available, but as well as on that a la carte menu, there will be vegetarian choices that you can have. And then we'll continue to look at ways to improve on those and offer more and more choice. Quite often we hear also that residents have diet restrictions. So some of the common ones would be a gluten intolerance. And we make adjustments within our menu to meet the need of that gluten intolerance diet restriction. So there will be items like a gluten-free bread for residents that can have a sandwich with that bread during lunch. And we look at, you know, what are the ingredients within a menu choice. And we make sure that we make the adjustments to accommodate for a gluten intolerance. Another one would be lactose intolerance. So again, it's an easy one for our chefs to work around, and they make sure that every meal that there will be menu choices that are appropriate for that lactose intolerance diet.
That's great.
One of the questions we get quite often is, how can you track all these different allergies and diet restrictions for the various residents of your communities or at the Riverwalk? We have a fantastic point of sale system. It's called ContinueCare. It has a resident profile that our chefs and dining managers are able to access and put in these specific allergies. So if you had a seafood allergy, when a dining server came to your table, They would load your profile in, and right away it would tell them there's a seafood allergy. So it cannot be missed. It would
It's really
also
high
have,
tech.
yeah, it's a fantastic system. It'll also point out, if you wanted to tell them that, you know what, I don't like Brussels sprouts and I prefer you just to know, and I don't want to tell you about it every time. We can put that into the system and it would pop up as well.
Exactly. That's great. And we do have a question in the chat, and I'm not too sure. Bruce, I know you can answer this. Brent, you can answer this as well. But what food costs do residents have?
Do you want me to take that, Brent, or?
Yeah, be my guest.
Food costs? There are no food costs. As a resident,
that's an easy answer.
As a resident of Riverwalk, you have access to food like we have the Country Kitchen open 24 hours a day with that specialty coffee machine, which I absolutely love. I mean, I'm a coffee fanatic, so bean to cup coffee, I don't know if you can get much better than that. And no cost to the residents. So 24 hours access to snacks. You have your lunch and your dinner. All these other special menu options that we provide throughout the year, the brunch, the Sunday brunch, no cost to a resident. New Year's Eve meal with the lobster, no extra cost.
That is amazing. I love it. It's like, it really is like a cruise ship on land. One of the things I want to leave off with is one question I know I've gotten asked a lot in the past, and especially when you're going from your home to a residence such as ours, people are used to eating when they want to eat. So at a Riverwalk, will we be having assigned seating, or will there be a time that they have to go? Is there a set specific time? How does that all work? So if I move in, can I eat when I feel like eating?
You certainly can. We have a variety of different times that you can dine. At lunch, the typical time is an 11:30 to 1:30 or 2 o'clock that the dining room would be open. Dinner is similar. You'd have about a 2 to 2.5 hour window around the normal dining times of 4:30 till 6:30 or 7. Anytime within those periods, you're welcome to join us in the dining room. You do not have assigned seating, so it's open. You have full choice of whether you want to dine with the same friends that you've met at Riverwalk, or if you want to socialize with different people and hear different stories and share your stories with people. So very open to that. And then the secondary option to our main dining room is that bistro that we talked about. That will be open all day long between the typical hours of an 11 to 7. And any time in that window, you're welcome to join us in the bistro for lighter fare. So you don't have to worry about, I was on the phone with my grandson from Ontario, and boy, I have to make it down to the dining room or I'm going to miss my time. You don't have that concern. You can come down to the bistro and you definitely will find a nice meal there as well.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Bruce, for coming on today. I know you have a very busy schedule, but I know you always make time for people who are interested in our community to chat with. And Brent, if somebody wanted to come down to the presentation center that is now open and is looking beautiful, how would they do that?
Well, we're located at 2424 4th Street Southwest, directly across from La Boulangerie and what used to be the Worst Restaurant. So we're 1 block away from the Riverwalk site. If you go onto our website on the homepage, there's a button there that you can request an appointment to come in, because we are limiting the people that come in, and it is by appointment only. Or you can call me directly on my cell phone, or actually on the main line, probably 403-271-7244. And that number is on the website as well. I'll get back to you and we'll confirm something. And generally, sit down for an hour is typical for most people. They have lots of questions. We get to take a look at the mock-up we've done of one of the 1-bedroom suites and take it from there.
Yeah, that's one of the highlights of really coming down to the presentation center in person is you can actually view what a suite looks like. So that's a really great feature that we have.
Yeah, phenomenal windows. Everybody comments on the windows. These are almost floor to ceiling glass with blackout blinds that are included. So if you're in the direct sun and you want to block it off, you just pull the blinds down. But very, very bright suites, no matter which direction you're facing. People love that.
Excellent. Yes, lots of excellent views at Riverwalk.
Absolutely. I got lots of photographs. Anybody that comes down, I was in when it was minus 35 over the holiday, took pictures from a number of different floors in different directions. So I'd be happy to show those photos to anybody.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for all joining us, and feel free to reach out to Brent for more questions. And we will definitely give you some information if you request it. Thanks again, everyone.